What's up everybody, Zach here with Sew Yeah Quilting. Today I'm going to show you how to make this awesome bullseye quilt. Let's get started. Okay, for this quilt you're going to need a half yard of 6 different colors of fabric, as well as 2 1/3 yards of background fabric. For this project we're going to be using an Olfa circle rotary cutter, which you can find on our website. There will be a link in the description below, so make sure and check that out. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out my fabrics, and for this one that I'm doing in the tutorial, I'm just going to do a red and white kind of classic bullseye pattern. Here you can see 3 different colors, but it's totally personal preference. So first thing I'm going to do is take my fabric, and I'm just using, you can use fat quarters, you can use scraps, whatever you want. I'm going to take my rotary tool, and it's got some marks right here, some little dots that mark inches on it, and I'm going to just extend the measurement part all the way out, which gives you 4 1/4 radius or 8 1/2 inch to make my big circles. You kind of want to measure how far it'll go. Make sure you have enough. So right there is pretty good. So I'm going to go just like this. I should have mentioned that for cutting this first piece, I had the fabric folded. So you can fold it in half and cut it, or you can just lay it all out and cut all the way around. Either way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out 20 circles that are 8 1/2 inches, 20 circles that are 6 1/2 inches, and 20 circles that are 4 1/2 inches. That is diameter on all of them. So for this one here, I'm going to do my 6 1/2. And again, same thing. Only I'll have this one opened up so you can see that it will also cut all the way around. Just take it easy. If it starts to bind, it's kind of an awkward way to cut fabric, but I should say that it bunches up a lot. But just take your time and make sure you hold everything down as you go all the way around. There we are. And now we'll do our last one, our inner circle. And it might be a little difficult to use, but you know what? It makes an absolutely perfect circle, which is way easier than using a pair of scissors. So as long as you have a little bit of patience, you'll have a really nice finished product. For the next part of this, I'm going to take my different circles, lay them all out, and I'm just going to center them one on top of the other. The ones that are, if you fold them in half, then you already have it kind of marked as to where you should center it up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on all of them. Just crease them all, finger press them. I'm going to fold that one way and then fold it the other to give just a crisscross pattern on it. Go. And last one. Now that I've got those marked, I'm just going to lay them down one on top of the other, lining up my creases going both ways. Now you can see what this is going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and sew this together piece by piece using a 1/4 inch seam all the way around the edge. It's going to be kind of a rag quilt. Now I've got that sewn together, the next step is to go ahead and cut it into 4 pieces. So I'm just going to lay that out and cut straight down the middle. I'll just use my finger pressed lines. Just like that, and then at a 90-degree angle. Just like that. Once you've gotten this far, you need to go ahead and repeat that 19 more times to get your full quilt layout. Once you have all those pieces sewn and cut out into the kind of pizza wedge, then what you're going to do is assemble them, as you can see right here, alternating between the different bullseyes that you've made. I've already got some other pieces cut out here, so what I'm going to do is take my original circle that you saw. I'm going to just swap it out for a couple other couple other patterns. Now for this piece, all I'm going to do is sew it just as if it were two square pieces of fabric. Just lay it right sides together, sew down one seam, and then sew all the pieces together just like that. Now I've got these sewn together, I'll just put these two halves right sides together, nest the seams real well, and complete my bullseye. So there you have it, first bullseye is done. One thing to keep in mind with these is you got a lot of material back here. So go ahead and iron these all out, get them pressed out real nice and flat before you try to sew this piece onto your background fabric. When you're laying these out, you can orient them however you want if the seam matters to you. I'm going to go ahead and just put these all straight up and down, but you can put them as an X, put them randomly, whatever you want. So for this, because I'm laying it out with the seam straight up and down, I'm going to fold my square, which is a 12-inch by 12-inch square. I'm going to go ahead and fold and just finger press horizontally, and then same thing vertically, like that, just to give me a mark so I know where to put my bullseye. And then I will line the seams of the bullseye up with the seams that I just pressed in there. Now just sew that on. Now that this is done, the next step is to go ahead and repeat the process 19 more times to make the size quilt behind me, or however you want for your particular project. Keep in mind, this is supposed to be a really scrappy looking quilt. So if you see the edges don't necessarily line up, it's supposed to. Once you wash it, all the edges that are gonna fray apart, it's gonna give it a really nice look. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, the inspiration for this quilt came from our Sew Yeah show, which is also found on our channel. Please check that out. And please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and please share these videos with your friends. Lastly, the pattern for this is linked in the description below, so please check that out. And if you would like to take a shot at the Bullseye Quilt, please tag us on social media, #SewYaBrothers or #SewYaQuilting. Thank you again. As always, my name's Zach, teaching you how to sew like a pro, and we'll see you next time here at Sew Yeah Quilting.